And I'd like to introduce Rachel Pack. Rachel has been a part of the barbershop community since 2008 when she attended Harmony Explosion Northwest for the first time. Today, she co-directs Harmony Explosion Northwest, is the director of Jet City's Chorus, and has sung tenor with quartets on the international stage. Rachel, go right ahead.
Thank you so much, Cindy. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. Well, we've reached the end of our workshop. And again, thank you so much, all of you, for being here. It means a lot. Also, I just wanted to reiterate a couple of quick thank yous. So much to the technical team, Sandy Smith, Judy Galloway, Cindy Warren. To our instructors of this weekend, Lucy Hinkle, Elizabeth Davies, Sandy Cahill, Drew Osterhout, Beth Smith, and Nancy Kurth. To our incredible keynote speaker, who's not here, of course, but I can still sing her praises, Erin Howden. To Deborah Angst and Cheryl Allen for their direction and organization in putting this workshop together. And especially to Nancy Kurth for her guidance and support, for helping me realize this workshop and helping to guide me and just create something really, really wonderful together. I appreciate you all, and I'm so thankful that we were able to share this with the region and even with some people in some other regions. That's very exciting. So let me go ahead and jump into my closing activity for today. This is actually 3 activities kind of rolled into one. So here we go. Activity number 1. I mentioned at the very start of this workshop that there are 3 pillars of effective section leading that Deborah, Cheryl, Nancy, and I kind of came up with as we were starting to plan back in February. And I wanted to take you through these. And the activity I'd really love to do in a moment is kind of think about the classes we've listened to this weekend and kind of put them into these categories so you can have a reference point. So the 3 pillars are preparation, diagnostic skills, and a positive and safe culture. So we're kind of allowing these pillars to guide us as we created these classes and as we responded to the learning. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that back there for a moment. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to read out kind of the name of each class that we've experienced over the weekend. And I just kind of want you to think to yourself, or you can put it in the chat, you're welcome to do that. Or again, you can always just talk to yourself. Which of these 3 pillars do you think most is represented by the class? So again, this is just kind of an exercise for you. So the first class, well, actually, I'll start with our keynote speaker, Erin Howden. So as you're looking at this list, you're just thinking, do you think that she talked more about preparation, diagnostic skills, or positive and safe culture? Just kind of think about what she said, if you can. Okay, I'm going on to the next one. Again, you're welcome to share, but you don't have to. Our first official class, which was the section leader job description and responsibilities. That was our panel put together by Sandy Cahill, Elizabeth Davies, and Lucy Hinkle. So thinking back to that moment last night, trying to decide, was that more about preparation, diagnostic skills, or a positive and safe culture? You might end up aligning it with 2 categories, perhaps. There's not necessarily a right and wrong answer. Okay, the second class last night was the one I taught, goals for section rehearsals. What can be accomplished and how? All right. This morning we woke up and we stretched and yawned and we were led in warm-ups by Drew Osterhout, and he also talked us through kind of how to create an impactful warm-up. Which category would that fall into? After that, we got to listen to Beth Smith tell us about analytical listening and how to give singer feedback. And finally, Nancy Kurth talked to us about how to build your team and section bonding, unity, and a safe culture. Which one would that be assigned to? So we're always coming back to these three pillars, and you'll see that in future section leader workshops as well. Just kind of wanted to really intentionally reference them again so that you could see how our thought process was working as we were putting together these classes. All right, let's go on to our next activity. So I'm going to ask you three questions, and these to me were kind of inspired by what Erin Howden said actually last night. She talked about the why and how important it is to know your why. So I wanted to kind of just touch on that a little bit. So I just want you to think to yourself, again, you can share if you want, you don't have to. Why do you sing in a chorus? And you could take this question to mean, why do you sing in a chorus instead of alone in your shower? Or you could take this question to mean, why do you sing, period, and it just happens to be in a chorus? Why do you do this? For many of us, we like to say that it's a hobby, but we all know it's not really a hobby. It's like a lifestyle choice, right? It takes up so much of your time and energy. Why do you sing in a chorus? All right, I'm going to take it another step now. Why are you a section leader? Maybe your answer is as simple as your director asked you and you're one of those people that just cannot say no, right? Or maybe that was a position that you were really excited to step into for some reason. Why are you a section leader? Maybe your skills just align with that really well. Or maybe something else. So these two questions I've just asked, asking you to explore the why, I encourage you to think about that more deeply, maybe after today. And when you come to something that you feel really truly represents your why, I encourage you to share it with your section. Tell them, like, why do you do this? Why are you here? Why is this important to you? Why do you want to be a section leader? Because it's going to help build those personal connections, right? Like they want and need to know that you care about them and that you are an authentic and genuine human being. So sharing that why. Got one more question in the second activity for you. How will you positively impact your section? This question could have a million answers, so I don't need you to create a mile-long bulleted list, just maybe one or two things. How are you going to positively impact your section? I'll give you a moment to think. All right. So now that we've kind of thought about those three things, our final wrap-up activity is going to be through Mentimeter. I love Mentimeter. So this is going to be an activity called One Word Takeaway. So I want you to think of one word that you feel like encompasses this workshop, or one thing that you can take away from this workshop. One word that sticks out to you that defines this workshop for you. And I'm going to have you put it in a Menti. So let me stick that in the chat. You can use this link. Alternatively, you can go to menti.com, menti.com, and use the code that you see at the top of your screen. And then please answer. What's one word that you can take away from this workshop? If you're watching the screen populate something about this word cloud that I think is relevant, the larger that the word is, the more people have said it. So I encourage you, once you've put in your word, to come take a look at that word cloud. Good. Also take a look at the chat. I'm seeing some excellent words pop up there. The main words that I'm seeing come up are, I think love is probably larger than the other words, followed closely by inspiring, confidence, and positivity. Excellent words. All of them are. All right, I'm going to go ahead and conclude this activity. And if you didn't get a chance to put your word in, feel free, you can keep continuing to do that. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. Nancy, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you if you have any closing remarks that you'd like to say.
I say, Rachel, you are awesome. You got to teach us all this technology stuff. It's just too fun.
Happily.
Well, this is the first of what we hope is going to be an ongoing program. Special thanks to Shelley Pardis and the regional management team for accepting our proposal and giving us the go ahead and the means to make this happen today. They are behind all of the successes of our region, believe me. And so I'll look forward to seeing you at the next Section Leader event. We hope that Rachel and I are thinking twice a year maybe to do something, maybe Zoom, maybe in person. Wouldn't that be fun? So thank you all for participating, and if you have time, we would love for you to fill out the evaluation form. It will be on the Region 13 site along with the handouts and the recordings of this workshop. And the technology team, oh my gosh, awesome. Thank you, Sandy Smith and Cindy and Judy, just fabulous. And the registrar, Evelyn Weiss, I have to tell you, our goal for this workshop was 60. We thought if we had 60 people, that would be awesome. And Evelyn has dealt with over 130 people. So give her a special hug when you see Evelyn Weiss, because she's also handling the registrations for SET at the same time. So thank you, Rachel. It was a joy working with you. And thank you, everyone, for attending. And we hope to see you again really soon.
Thanks, Nancy. Thank you.